Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be answering your questions, so if you want to find out more then keep watching. So a couple of weeks ago, Bloo and Channel Mum challenged me to do a Q&A from my bathroom. So I'm currently sat on the loo, lid down, don't worry, and I'm going to answer some of your questions. So firstly, thank you so much to everyone that asked me a question. I've tried to get through as many of them as I can, so I've grouped together some of them that were really similar, and thank you for taking the time out to ask them. If I've missed any or you want to ask a question down below, then by all means do, but without any further ado, let's get started. So the first question is, what's your proudest moment as a mum of 3? And I feel like this is quite an easy one for me, and I'm wondering if maybe some of you will have this similar answer, but for me it was the first time that all 3 of my children met, when our family was complete and I was just able to see them all together. I've got footage of it actually where you can see it on my face. I felt proud of myself. I'd just given birth, and then I look down and I've got this new gorgeous baby boy, and I've got my gorgeous big boy and my gorgeous little girl, and just seeing them together just meant everything to me, and it's just one of those moments you never forget. So that was mine. You'll have to let me know down in the comments below what yours was. Next question is, what's your most hated housework job? I feel like a lot of us are going to say this, but for me, I hate laundry. I hate it so much. Now I know I chose to have 3 kids, so that obviously is going to mean more laundry. The more kids, the more laundry. It's like a fact of life, but it is just hell on earth for me. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind hanging it out in the sunshine and I've got it on the line. That's like a mum perk. Whoever you are, it's a perk, but it's the putting it away, because it's just a fabric scented pile of doom, and when it builds up I just I can't cope. I hate it. So that's mine. So question number 3, if you had a whole day to yourself and you could do anything, what would you do? Let's take lockdown out of the equation for a second, because that makes things a little less fun, doesn't it? So if it was like a normal world, I would have a lie-in first. I would enjoy that very much, and then I would probably go for a little walk where I live and get myself a nice coffee somewhere and a brunch, probably involving avocado and eggs, because I'm a cliche, what can I say? And then I would love to get my nails done. I'd love to have a pamper. I'd love to go to Manchester and have a mooch around there, check out good old Primark, or have a nosy around Boots and look at makeup. And then I would love to end the day with seeing a show and then going out for a meal and drinks with Mark afterwards. I feel bad for not including my kids in that, but you did say if it was a whole day to myself, so that's probably what I choose to do. And I think most parents right now in lockdown are just kind of dreaming of a day where you can just have a little bit of space just for one day. Oh, I can't wait for that day. So next question is, how are the wedding plans progressing? Now I'm really lucky that our wedding wasn't booked for this year. It's actually booked for 2021, and I have to say, with everything that's going on with the house at the moment, I've not even thought about it. I feel like I'm the complete opposite of a bridezilla, and it's not that I'm not excited or anything like that, but because we've done it backwards as well, we've been together for quite a while now, it's I'm really excited to do it, but I don't know if it's just a different experience when you've already got kids and stuff. I don't know, but I think when the house is over, that is when I will start to focus on the wedding, and I realise that I'm giving myself less time to do it, but I can't take on anything else at the moment, because I mean, if you saw our house right now, it's a mess and there's just no room for weddings right now. So the next question is the one I was asked the most, and I've basically condensed it down into one question, and it is, wonder if you can guess. Are you really done having babies? And if so, how did you know? And I don't know if I give off this sort of vibe, but I've got friends and family members that ask me this all the time as well, but I am done. I am so done. And you know when people say, when you know, you know, I just know. I always imagined having 3 children for starters, and I just feel very complete. The second I held Stan, I knew that was the last time that I would ever do it, and that's great. Like, I love the baby stage, I love having little baby newborn snuggles, and I love getting to know them and the excitement of pregnancy, but for me, I just feel like that is a chapter that's closed. Like, obviously there are things like I have a syndrome that I pass on to my children, so every single pregnancy it's 50%, like there's a chance of 50% I could pass it on, and I don't really know if I feel like I could go through that again, if I'm being really honest. But also I'm able to give my children the kind of life that I want to give them, and you know, I feel like 3 is like the perfect number for us. We have an extension done so they can all have their own bedroom, and we've got a car that fits in 3 comfortably, and I just think that like just 3 is the magic number for us. And when it comes to knowing, you know, like if you just feel at peace and you look at people's babies when they're newborns and just go, oh my gosh, they're so cute, but you don't get that weird desire in your womb where you're like, must have another baby, then you're done. You are done. Next question is actually from Bloo, and it's really sweet actually. It's very nice of them to ask this, but they've said, how are you really feeling right now? And that's a lovely question to be asked. I'm okay at the moment. I have found lockdown, like everybody, really hard. It's like a roller coaster. It's a bit like parenting, to be honest. Like some days you have highs and some days you have lows, and some days you do those loop-de-loops that make your tummy feel all sick and ugh. And that's really been what it's like for me, and I'm pretty sure that most of us can, you know, say the same. One thing that I'm doing at the moment is that I've decided to get myself out of the lockdown funk and try and be the best kind of person I can be when it's all over. So I've been comfort eating, I've been turning to the odd glass of wine way more than I should, and I've decided now the exercise has started, the healthy eating has started, and it's actually given me a really good focus, and I'm feeling loads better already, and I'm only just over a week in, so I can definitely recommend that. But I'm really good. Thank you for asking, Blue. So I'm going to return the favour and ask all of you, how are you doing? Let me know in the comments down below. Now the next question is from Channel Mum, and it's really like them actually, because they're always after like people sharing tips and advice with each other, and it's, what is your favourite bathroom cleaning tips? Now I actually did a video with Blue recently where I shared a few of my bathroom cleaning tips, so I will leave that link down below for you if you want to have a nosy. However, I do have a few more up my sleeve. Do love a good bathroom clean. The first one is this, and it's a scrubby brush. You can get them from anywhere, like pound shops or like those kind of stores, like B&M and that kind of thing. Only cost me £1, and these are fantastic at cleaning your grout. So I use like a favourite spray, leave it on for a bit, and I will really scrub, and the difference in how much like grime and dirt you get off is ridiculous. I can really recommend these. You will be impressed, I promise. Another thing which I've actually shared before over on my Instagram, I think it was, is bath mats. They're a sensible thing to have when you have small children, when they're like wriggly eels in the bath and they go everywhere, especially when bubble bath is involved, and they get all gross, these bath mats, when you've used them. And normally I will rinse it off and get all of the suds and the soap off it, but instead of putting it down in the bath or hanging it over the bath where it drips all over the floor, I stick it on my tiles, and it sticks really well, and then it just like drips dry into the bath rather than going everywhere else, and it stops it from getting all funky and manky, or at least it works for me. It's one of my favourite tips. Now I couldn't talk about cleaning the bathroom without mentioning Blue, obviously, so this is one of my faves. They have some really fantastic products, but I like this one because it kind of does some like regular cleaning for you, if that makes sense. So it's there in system blocks. This is the bleach one, kills 99.9% of germs and lasts for up to 8 weeks. And basically you just pop it in your toilet system, and they are fantastic. And obviously because they last for 8 weeks, they last quite a long time, and I think that's great. I think that's a nice comfort. Obviously there are some other things that I love. I've mentioned the Colour Active room blocks before. These are fantastic. They change the colour of your water as well, so you know that it's still working, and they smell really good. And then this, if you've not tried it before, I'm going to give it a quick shout out. It is the nicest toilet gel that I've ever smelled. It doesn't smell chemically or anything like that. It smells like flowers, and it's pink, so I personally really enjoy that. And then the final one, I've been buying this for ages. It's the Bloo Foam Aroma. Now, this is kind of fun to use, but it also smells incredible. This is the Ocean Mist scent. There are a few different scents, and you basically pour a bit of this powder directly into your toilet and it foams up and cleans, but it also smells amazing. So it's like a 2-in-1. I really like that one. But that is the end of that question. I hope you found that useful. Moving on. The next question is quite a tricky one to answer actually. I'm gonna have to give it some thought, but it is, how long will you keep doing YouTube for, and what would you do if it all ended tomorrow? Now, it's a really tricky one to even think about because I never intended for YouTube to be my job. It was something that began as a hobby. I used to work full time and I did it on the side because I really enjoyed it. And it just so happened that when I went on maternity leave with Daisy, it gave me one of the biggest gifts that life has ever given me. She was obviously very poorly when she was born. She was in and out of hospital a lot with various different appointments and checks. She had like home care visitors, all sorts. And when I was due to go back to work, in the next couple of months she was due to have her operation, and it would have been like time out of work straight away after going back. I felt really uncomfortable, and Mark and I had a chat, and it was just before Christmas, before she turned 1, and we said if we could make it work and just get by, then we'd go for it, and we did. And I've never looked back, and it gave me so many gifts, like spending time with her, being able to be there for her when she really did need me. And then also I got extra time back with Bill because I went back to work when he was tiny, so it just gave me so many different gifts. And right now I really love doing it. I love being around my kids. I love having the ability to work for myself, and I love talking to all of you. Like the encouragement that you give me, the kindness that you show me, the friendships that I've made. I am so grateful for that. If it all ended tomorrow, I would have no shame in maybe retraining in something new. I'd love to work with children. I'd love to do something that really like aligns my passions. I've worked with like charities a lot in the past, so maybe that would be something that I pursue. But I don't honestly know. I don't envisage myself doing it forever, but right now I am really happy, and I'm just embracing it while I can. Next question is, if you had a baby tomorrow, what would you name them? Now, if I had a girl, one of the names I've always had on my list is Nora. I think it's really, really lovely. I have a huge list of baby names that like I've kept from having Bill, and it's changed all the time and evolved, and names have gone off and back on again and that kind of thing. And then for a boy, I really liked Samson when I was pregnant with Stan. I like Sonny. I like kind of not really quirky names, but just maybe names that you don't hear as much. So yeah, that's probably what I would go with. But we're hoping to get a dog one day, not in the direct future, but in the distant future. So maybe I can use some of my baby names on the dog instead. Be the first dog ever that's got like a double-barreled like middle name or something. Poor dog. Next question, most used emoji. This one made me laugh. It is, you could probably guess if you've like watched my stories or like followed me on Instagram and stuff, it is the laughing face with the tears coming out, because it just, I don't know, I feel like it suits my sense of humour. I use it all the time. Next question, first thing that you will do when lockdown is over. I think it's probably the same as what everybody will do. I want to see all of my family. I am so fortunate that they are all, fingers crossed, safe and well, and I want to have them all together again. I would love to have them in our house if it was finished, and just give them all a big hug, see them laughing and smiling, and see them all back together the way that, you know, things should be. My family, Mark's family, all of us, friends. I would just like to have everyone and do a big group hug, which is really twee, I know, but you're feeling me, because, you know, lockdown's made us appreciate people a lot more. So that's what I would do. What would you do? So the next question, we've only got a few more. What is the hardest part of being a mum? Oh God. I think it's the guilt. It's the second emotion to love as a parent. I think that we spend so much of our time worrying about what we could have done better, because we only get one shot, and you know, we've got to make every day count. And I have days where I just feel awful. Like, I've shouted at them, things haven't gone well, I've let myself down, I feel like I've let them down, and I go to bed and I'm just so angry with myself. And I always go and sneak into their bedrooms and I like give them a little head stroke and check that they're okay, and I'm always like, I promise that I'll do better tomorrow, I promise. But then most of the time I know that if they were awake and they heard me say that, they would tell me that I was doing an amazing job. And I think that's what we have to remember, is that our kids really don't want that much from us. It's just the pressures of life that get in the way. Next question is the flip side to that. What's the best part of being a mum? I think it's just that unconditional love. It's so cliched, isn't it? But that, you know, when you just look at them and you just think, I would do anything for you. I would absolutely do anything for you. It's such a privilege to be a parent. It's such a privilege to be loved that much by such a beautiful little tiny person. And I can't get enough of that sometimes. Like, oh, there's so much that I love about them. And that's the thing, even though it's really hard, I have so much more that I can list that's good. I really do. And then the final question is, tell us something surprising about you. And I've had to sit and think about this one because I'm not actually that very much of an interesting person. But I guess one thing that I've never said before, I don't think, is that I, when I was a little girl, once auditioned for Cosette in Les Miserables, and I was too tall. I don't remember being sad, I just remember feeling like, God, that was really cool. So yeah, there's something surprising. And that is the end of these questions. I told you I'm not that interesting. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Bloo and Channel Mum for challenging me to do these questions. I've not done anything like this in ages and it was actually quite fun. And thank you to you for asking them as well, because I really appreciate it. As I said before, if there's anything that you want to know down below, then by all means ask me. And if you would like to see any more videos like this, then make sure you head over to Channel Mum. I will leave a link down below. And what question shall we ask you? Let me know your best cleaning hack down in the comments below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon. Bye!